I need. It's more like, what are they asking for?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because a lot of the stuff they say is like, what is your best next step? And they'll list out like 5 things that like I would do all those things. And they're like, so what do they
Oh,
want
wow.
first?
So you got that, man, that is a little challenging.
It's weird. You just gotta get used to the kind of back into the routine of it.
Yeah, schooling and all that, man. Well, I'm official, so I got in. So I
Nice.
start my book of business coming June 1st. So I'm going through some training and all that. So we'll probably have, like, I don't know, after this first month and all that stuff. But I'll still be able to work in because I'm not now to be my own boss. Not in a way, but I have some mandatory Zoom and virtual training and all that stuff on there. So we'll work around it. So if you need a new quote now on there. And actually, that's what I'm just gonna do is just get people's names, numbers, even if I don't. I just want to plug in to
Yeah,
just
run the
learn the
numbers.
system on real people, not just videos.
For sure.
So
Absolutely.
what do you want to work on today?
Probably like legs and abs.
Okay. Your wish is my command. Have you seen these new and improved balls? So check this out.
Oh, you're saying them?
Yeah, they stop. You know how many times I wish I would have had that up on, I had two rails, like a little PVC pipe, and I had like 15 balls, because I was like, I had everything at the gym.
Mhm.
They never had sand in them, but this is what we're gonna do on here, and I'll tell you, so we're gonna go 10 or excuse me, 5 deep squats,
Mhm.
all the way down, 5-second hold.
Mhm.
5 for 5, and we'll just go on. So I would knock one down and then all of them, or I try to put one up, because I was high enough to that I want the kids class to knock them down. Oop, you need to go lower, or is that okay? Go, how's the knee doing?
Doing well.
Everything's
Yeah, it seems to have resolved.
fast, man. Yeah, yesterday, man, it was the funniest thing.
Get a forearm twinge? Were you like digging her?
I've been doing that for the last 4 days, but then I went to the gym yesterday and I was like doing leg extension. I grabbed the handle because I went a little heavier. And then next thing you know, I was like, what the heck? And now I was like, it was way better. But yesterday, all day today, and then this morning, I was like, you know what? I still gotta work out. I'm just not gonna go.
Yeah, I get that sometimes too. Like, this sort of muscles right here.
Yeah, right on the radial nerve. I was like, what the heck? I put some cream ointment. I was like, okay, that was much better. But then I'm like, okay, I'm not doing. That was like 4 days of hard mulch and all that. I'm not used to that type of workout.
It's like it's tennis elbow.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that's
It's the ligament that goes over the condyle, the
okay.
lateral thing here, and it's usually from like twisty shovelly type thing.
Man, I've been doing that bad. Because I'm like, what the heck? I was all those are
Because he coming up like because it's they call it tennis because like
yeah, that
same
motion.
kind of thing, but if you're doing it with a shovel, it's very different.
So now we're gonna do a split squat. And this is gonna be, and so what I want you to do is really have this kind of on your tailbone.
Mhm.
This is just gonna be more for balance, but coming back and then coming up one. Or actually not even leaning, just coming back. We're gonna go 10 on one side, 10 on the other. But yeah, it was funny. One guy is like, yeah, his back was hurting. I was like, we're not gonna share our pain aches and pains. And I was like, no, we don't, we've been there, done that. You don't want mine, I don't want yours. There you go. Good. Yep. Just driving, pushing back on that leg. Good job. You're gonna have some movement.
That next to the weirdest plane passenger neighbor I've ever had.
Really?
She was so it was a 4-hour flight to Chicago,
Oh,
and like the first hour and a half, she's just like gently stroking this pencil drawing of Michael Jackson. And,
oh wow.
and then like for the next hour and a half, she's just sobbing, like violently crying there next to me.
Oh,
And then she like turns a cartoon on her phone and starts cussing at it.
like out loud.
Yeah, like take that, bitch, you dumb bitch.
Oh, you were sleeping like this?
Yeah, I was like, whatever you got going on.
Wow.
Didn't strike up a conversation.
Yeah, you're like, oh man. No, weird when you're going on, and then they are just everybody's so in their own little world now.
I got plugged into everything, right? I didn't say a word really to my passengers there back.
Oh man.
I had a good cab ride. I had a guy who was from Turkey, and he
Oh
had just
wow.
been like retired as an Air Force pilot in Turkey, like as a bomber, bombing ISIS in Syria and stuff.
Oh geez. You're going from one extreme to the other. Now he's driving.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Come on, road rage. Clear out the way.
Got a good talk and had some good food. And like, let's see, I just had to stay in my hotel room because of bloody dust.
Wow, that is weird. In Dustin, it's in the city. It wasn't like you got out.
No, it was from like the farmland down
Oh.
south. They'd had like droughts and winds, and so
Wow.
picked up all this dirt.
All right, so now we'll do a 3 crunch. So 5 reps. This is so cool. I was like, I'm always saying this. I was like, man, why did they have that? So we're gonna go 5 full crunches, boom, and then we're gonna go back a little bit, 5, and then we're gonna go back a little bit more. Where you're gonna feel like you're gonna fall, but I'm gonna spot you. Okay. So 15 total. I just aired it up because I was like, what the heck? It was going down. Yep, all the way up if you can. Is that okay on your back? Good job. Well, welcome back, man. 4, 5. Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to does it feel like you're gonna fall over?
A little bit.
Okay, good. There you go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're gonna go plank, independent, keeping one leg up. You're gonna need the ball 5 times on the right, 5 times on the left.
Oh, my stepson, this the dumbest thing.
No way, what happened?
So he went out to a club with his girlfriend, and they had a fight, and he was like super drunk. And so he took her home, and then they got home, and her parents are like old school, like Catholic Mexican folks. And so she came home really drunk. Mom slaps the daughter.
Oh,
And so he, having gotten a ride home, then gets in his car, like completely blackout drunk, and drove home.
oh man.
And so his girlfriend's sister followed him home and then came into our house and woke up my wife to rat out the stepson that he had just driven home so drunk. And so,
Wow.
right, and so he is at home on lockdown.
Oh my goodness. How old is he?
21.
21. Oh man.
And so it's legal, but like not that. That's
Yeah. Well, especially, I mean, it's one thing that's you make safe mistakes. That's a huge. I mean,
Yeah, so that's
something
like
happens.
life limb felony, like, and he's not a citizen, so he'd get deported if he got caught.
Holy moly, man.
Still trying to figure out what to do about that.
Man. Yeah. Glad you made it back safe.
Too.
Stand straight. So we're gonna have one leg down, one leg up. So as soon as this comes up, what I want you to do is base brace yourself to come up 5 times. Because once we come in here, and then we're lifting that leg up. 5 on the right, 5 on the. Oh, I can't even move it over. Yeah, it comes back. I want to do like a magic power, like let's stop ball. There you go. There's 1. Yep. Is that correct? So maybe just do 5 rolls. Don't lift up this leg. But we can lift up. Yep. So you can go and just keep in that. There you go.
left hamstring is very apt to cramp.
Oh, man, my arthritis is so slowly going away. Man, it was like, it's been almost a year. I can't believe that. Like,
I mean, I started to feel a bit on my own just because I walked so much in Chicago the one day.
Did you?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
walking for like miles, just looking around.
man,
And I wake up the next day, it's like, oh. And
yeah.
I thought of you first step. I was like, oh, Jimmy.
Oh, no, man, I don't want you to have that. I already got it. So that's the same thing. You don't need to be there. And so I've been trying to like, because my motorcycle was a dirt bike and it's a 250 and it's a kickstart. And like, I'm not gonna, I'm selling that because I don't want to. That's not fun anymore. And I'm like, nope. All right. So now we're gonna go with leg extensions. We're gonna go 10. We're gonna go 10 reps and then rest, and then we're gonna go another 10. We're gonna go 3 sets, 10 reps. You let me know if that's too light or if that's. Ooh, that's a bit, that is as tall as it goes. It's that, oh, it's over here. Yeah, well, sure. Okay. Is that good weight?
Yeah.
Okay. One heavier and lighter. Go. Nobody else has that problem. How's your brother doing?
Well,
Still up in Seattle?
yeah, no change.
Oh, man. You need some water?
Sure.
Cold or room temperature?
Room tips.
Ooh. Little ones are enjoying school. It's almost, when's the last day of it? June, right? Or,
Yeah, coming up
man,
like mid-June.
you guys got anything planned, exciting?
No, like I think, I mean, our kids are going to like tutoring all summer,
Oh, good.
and so we're kind of constrained. So we had this is more like a project summer than a travel summer. So
Gotcha.
got big plans on what to do, work to do.
Well, and I noticed, with, I mean, I haven't noticed any, but with country, remember Ian, I was telling you, no other insurance was outrageously high and all of them in these fire things in country right now is, at least as of last month, this month, supposedly right in those fire restriction areas. So it's like, well, why not? I mean, it's not like there's fires all the time. It's just all of a sudden. But I'm gonna find out more, and I have my first group meeting with all the other agencies. We're at the country golf club. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty close. I'm gonna walk over there.
Yeah. We apparently some of the people in our area are suing the government that designated us a high risk area. And so I'm kind of waiting to see how that shakes out before I, yeah, because I don't want to commit to a rate that's based upon being high risk if that gets overturned.
Yeah, on everything, they're going through all that fire map, it's supposed to so many people, and now they're dropping that, so. Definitely, I feel it for you. Yeah, it was just, it's weird, and it's fun to learn that new skill set, but now learning all these protocols, but also like. I'm nervous, scared, because who do I go to and all that, but even when I went to the agents, but they didn't know it, and they were just like, well, okay, well, now I'm just gonna go straight to the source, so. Now I'm always gonna do what's right by the people, and now I know, oh, they only want you to stay in this element, like.
I mean, as long as you keep that as your guiding ethos, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, well, and that was the number one thing is like, yeah, I need to know who I'm going after, micro businesses, so no more than 9 employees. Or a country can insure them, they don't want anything more than that, and it's a whole gambit of things, now it's like, okay. That's where I'm gonna try to go after commercial accounts, and then in the back end, by the time, wait, we do your home, auto, and life, and the investments, I don't do it, but I have another person that does, and it's already he's gonna be mentoring me too, so I was like,
And one thing builds on the
yeah.
other.
But it was funny because they want me to really get into an office really quick, but I'm like, I don't wanna get into an office.
It's not until you know what your stream's like, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'd say within 3 months, 2 months, and I was like, well, I'll get into a co-working space. That way I'm not over, and then as soon as I sign my name on a lease, well,
And regardless of business goes, you're on the hook for that.
yeah, and I'm like, nope, I need to make that as because they're getting rid of the corporate office, which makes sense, because they want it to go back to the agents, so they're done with having the agents, work on books. Some of them. Good job. Good work. It's amazing, huh? So it's all body weight stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna go
You got
into,
plenty of body weight to work with.
Yeah. so we're gonna kind of stretch down, really stretch and get into that oblique. We're gonna go 10 on the right. So brace your leg and your leg on that side. But yeah, I'm excited for a new change. I figure I'm gonna lead in with going into smaller businesses. Hey, let me speak at your next for your safety meeting. Lead in with self-defense, and then, by the way, here I do insurance afterwards, so.
Like I said, same business.
Same business, I'm protecting what you need, and it's just, this stuff I've known already, this one I know, but I'm gonna get more hands-on training.
Not a black belt yet.
Yeah, oh, man. Oh, that's the thing, is so much, everything's changing, but if I just go in the will to learn and to keep an open mind, and I'm always gonna serve people right, you know what I mean?
It's about staying humble and knowing what you don't know, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the first thing I'm going to do is where do I find it? How do I? And it seems like, well, I don't know if that was because I started with them, I already knew the system a little bit, but it seems like it's way easier. And I was looking at all the other ones, I was like, oh my gosh, I was going nuts trying to learn Progressive, Liberty, Safeco, Travelers, all these other platforms, and all their buttons are so different. It's like, man, that was okay, now we're gonna do a little 1 minute or 10 reps, and we're gonna go with like a kettlebell. So probably like 10 or 20 or I'm not sure. 10. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go double swing. You're gonna squat. Or excuse me, you're gonna, yep. Wait, I gotta get this motion. Yep, and then you squat, come back, squat, come back. So you're gonna work your hamstrings. We're gonna go against the clock. Maybe like start off small.
The motion.
And get the motion and just focus on. So as soon as I swing up and then squat, swing, yep. We'll get 10, good. Good job. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right. Now we'll go up one. You want to go up 20?
Sure.
Or heavier or lighter. So we'll get another swing and squat and focusing on that hamstring. Get a deep squat. There you go. Perfect. Let that 20-pound throw you around now. Good, good, good. Oh. It's really holding that 5. Good job. Just in case I got you back. 7, good. 8, 9, 10, good. Those are deceiving, huh? I haven't done those in a long time. I'm like, oh, my legs are burning. So now we're gonna go opposite hand and foot. We're just gonna go from the hamstring touch and curl up like 5 on one side, 5 on the other. 20 pounds is good, or you wanna go heavier? So when do you have to go back to Chicago again, or
No.
just next?
No, test will be in Salem.
Oh, and say, oh, okay.
the conference started at 7 in the morning, like Eastern time.
Oh, yeah, that's funny because that's what well, I'm doing Central Time, 2 hours.
Yeah, I guess that is Central Time.
Oh,
I couldn't do deep dish. I looked at it and I was like, that just looks like heartburn.
oh,
Like Chicago deep dish pizza.
oh man, yeah. It's funny, man. I went in for my they did a chest X-ray
Hmm.
for my because I like my cholesterol's up on. I was
Sure.
like, what the heck? And there's no reason for it, but I guess these all that there's plaque built up around it. And I was like, I don't smoke, I don't do any, I don't eat all this junk. And I was like, I don't know what else it could be, but I think I was eating too much carbs, pretzels, cheese, flour tortillas, and all. I was like, okay, those are coming out. And I was like, okay, I was like, and that's why I'm gonna see, and they got me on some meds, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to be on these forever. So
Like statins.
yeah, you know, just to see for 2 months and then changing what I'm eating. And I was like, there's no way, like,
Well, how much of that is genetic, right?
and that was the thing, I don't know, like,
Right.
I'm trying to ask my family, but my family doesn't know, and I'm like, you know what, there's nothing.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Do your best.
Yeah, I was like, I could see if I was out drinking and potato chipping, couch, TV, you know what I mean? But I was like, no. But yeah, that was so at least you have intel on your history of your family, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
It's not good.
Oh, shoot.
No, my dad's side of the family is very heart attacky.
Really? Man.
And my mom's side is very healthy except guts.
Oh,
Like intestinal stuff, diverticulitis and things.
yeah. We could have a little curl twist and we'll go. Hey, we gotta graduate through these. These haven't seen you in a while. So we're just gonna go 5, keeping this tight. 1, 2, boom, coming back. 5 times, and then we're gonna go 5 times stepping back. So it's gonna really engage that core. 5, 2 steps one way, and then 5, 2 close, prime it up. Great, keeping that in the center. Perfect. If that's too light, the gorilla bends eyeballing you. Go. Put that on those little plates, right? Some ended up moving back because he was in a.
Yeah, but your roommate thing went wrong, right?
Yeah, well, it was just like, man, and I mean, his roommates, yeah, it was a lot. He's good friends with them, but not, I mean, not with one of them. The other one, I mean, they were good friends and they were still good friends, but the other one was just, he was a drunk playing music and just eating up. It was like, man, and I was like,
It's hard to, it can ruin friendships, right?
yeah,
Living
and I was
together.
like, yeah, I was like, and that's what I told him. I was like, we'll see, you guys still are friends after this, but plus he's not like a partier and he turned 21 and he was loving the yard outside. I was like, oh man, just be careful. I was like, it's not nothing good besides a waste of money and doesn't
Bad
stay in your
decisions.
system. Yeah, bad decisions. So he's not, he's into he's got my wife's taste when it comes to alcohol. He's into the ciders and I was like, oh man, I was like, you know what?
There's nothing worse than a sugar drink hangover.
Yeah. And that's what, and at least she went, you know, she's flying with Alaska and she went to London and all that stuff. And I was like, into Vegas. And she's cursed on the Magic Mike show. She went to Vegas and then she went to London. I was like, holy moly! I was like, let's be careful.
Never really understood strip clubs. Why don't you
I-
go to like pay to be frustrated and go home alone?
Yeah, I literally don't want to leave hard up like
No.
or that was the worst feeling, and then like you're paying for that. I was like, no.
I always want to be like, you have a good relationship with your dad? Can we talk?
Oh, man, yeah.
I just want to like do therapy, not lap dances with these girls.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this one we're gonna work stabilizers. We're gonna go. So your top of your foot all the way down. Bring this down to your knee or down to your palms touch. One you can touch with the elbows or your hands, whatever's in there. We're just gonna go 10. So we're gonna really stabilize the leg that's on the ground.
Go
Hey, it didn't go far, see? There we go. Now my son's looking for work because the construction isn't what he has to work up in Elk Lake, but he doesn't have a car that's driving and he doesn't want to work up there. And the guy wants me to stay up there in Elk Lake. He's like, no. I was like, there you go, lady. I was like, yep, he gives me. Oh, it was on this side.
Almost had it.
3. That we go. I'm here if you need it. There you go. So you back to work normal?
Yeah, next week.
Oh, next week? Oh, okay.
Yesterday, got one Sunday.
Oh. Maybe if you're up for maybe a Friday workout. Soon. Good job. You have basketball Thursday?
Nothing scheduled. The league's over.
Oh, is it? How'd you guys do?
Middle.
Okay. Man. But
Can't ever seem to get on a good team ever for anything. Like,
really,
like all my life, I've been.
so how does it, is like a prep for, or how does it go? You guys sign up and they just,
Just you put a team together with your buds. It's
oh,
not like draft
gotcha.
or anything. Nice ones. I did one time, I guess. I won the AAU national championship when I was 16. So
Oh, wow.
that was a good team.
Well, that's a hard sport. Like I want to get into stuff, but I was like, nope, I just gotta choose wisely and
I'm just not in a place where I feel like I can learn new physical things without getting hurt. Like,
yeah.
just stick with what I'm already good at.
Well, and that's the whole thing, especially when you're the red one or like all of this stuff, like the martial arts, like I've done great, but I'm like, okay, it's when I get hurt, it's I still suck it up and work through it, but it's like, oh. Now we are gonna go through, let's see, let's go for abs. So, yeah, I could want to go on the back. So you'll have, you can reach down, I can't reach, but you'll come up and you're gonna hold one coming up. And you can rest your head on the ball to come up one, boom, or coming up. So you're constantly in line. 5 on the right, 5 on the left. Yeah, one of the kids I trained, he made it to nationals, but then he gave up mentally for boxing, and it was in Tulsa. And he's like, yeah, I just lost it on the 3rd round. I was like, oh man. But it's all, oh, live and learn. I was all, it's really tell him it's learning is not a it's just the lesson. Unfortunately, it's easier to say.
Right. The best lessons are the painful ones.
Yeah. skill or another craft or another uh, something different, but then it's not so harsh and easy.
Sometimes get the idea I want to play softball or baseball or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still pretty good at that. Kids in baseball, so I've been with them.
Coaching?
Just
the catcher?
dad coaching.
No, no. Well, those are exciting times, especially when these are, so then we're gonna do 10 with the windmill, like going side to side all the way there. Those, what is it? It's good old days or the good old days right here, right now. Kids are gonna grow up and I was told Sasha, man, those are the good old days. It was so cool. They finally got into the, thank you for the pool and all that stuff. I finally went into the pool down at the, my inbox. Other, it was really cool. And seeing all the little apartments and toys, she loves that spinner things. So down there, like, holy moly. Hurry up and have another one.
Oh, this guy gets so nervous. He's not a good baseball player.
Oh, no. Oh, when that.
And, like if I'm practicing with him, he does pretty well. He gets into the game and he just nerves get him.
You know, this yesterday when I was walking through, like all the kids now are wearing this, or at least with softball.
Softball for sure, yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's like a shield.
Yeah, like a football helmet.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Like, where is-
It's not that serious.
Yeah, it was, I was really surprised.
Now, I remember I didn't have a batting helmet until fifth or sixth grade. You're just out there in a baseball hat.
Yeah, and that was, we're gonna hit those glutes. So we're gonna go side shuffle, step, fight. One bend's not strong enough, so we got to double it up. So we're gonna go 4 shuffle steps. There you go. Pass this tape line. Yep. Go back in. One of my kids that's in the Navy SEAL, so there's one. He's all, yeah, he wants to have a combative arts gathering in Hawaii. He's like, he wants me to be there. I was like, I'll be there, but are you okay? And my wife is coming with me. I'm not just gonna go by myself, like
Right.
on that one. You put that on the glutes?
Yeah.
Okay. My wife coaches already said, and he said he needed a massage back there. Last one. Yeah, and I was like, no, and it's gonna be a paid trip, like, I'm not just gonna go out there for free, like,
I'm going back.
yeah, I was like. You bring other people, and one of my other instructors, which is pretty cool. Good job. Whew. Man, there's no hesitation yet. Look at that, you were quick. Anyway, but yeah, it was cool. One of my other, he's a Robert Redfeather's a knife, like an Apache knife fighting. But he's also a martial artist too, but he's like, he's part Indian, so he's writing. I was like, good for you. You're writing that, and I was like, I remember one time when we were sparring, he beat the crap out of me. And it was like, he's all, so what I want you to do now is just hold up and hamstring it, and just maybe 5. And we'll go 2 sets of 5. That way we'll not go too much for it. He told me afterwards, I was like, yeah, I'm so bruised. He's all, yeah, the bruising, the canola oil from peanut butter. Really helps out. And so, I was like, what kind of peanut butter? He's all, Jeff, any, so man, I went back, bought peanut butter, and in the morning and at night I would put it on. He's all, man. And then the evening, he's like, yeah, you wouldn't leave it on during training, it's really good. So, and you don't know any better when the instructor tells you. So I had peanut butter all on me. He's like, that's how it's kind of peanut buttery in here. And it was like after years and years, we were on the same, I got nominated in the martial arts honors program and and he's like, yeah, I was all, so is that really true? He's like, no. I was like, oh my God, for all the years, like, I was all, when you look, because those were my role models. And
Right.
like, no, those were just,
Well, I mean, the weird thing is it probably helped.
yeah.
Just
Well, I was like,
because you
okay,
believe
did it?
in it.
Yeah, I believe it's like the placebo
Yeah.
effect.
I read a study, they did a study of a painkiller in England, and they did the normal study like a placebo and the medicine compared them.
Right.
And then they took everybody that was in the placebo group that had purported a benefit with the painkiller. And they told them like,
Oh,
hey, what you were taking was a placebo. We want you to keep taking it for another 6 months and then tell us if it still works.
right.
And nearly all of them at the end of 6 months were like, how am I going to get more? Like, how am I going to control my pain? Like,
Oh, wow.
even knowing it was a placebo, the very act that it had helped in the past, and they
Just how much the mind,
absolutely.
yeah. Man. Uh,
It's like just general rules and studies, like 2 sugar pills is more effective than one.
really
The more Z's and X's it has in the medicine name, the more people think it's effective. It
Oh, wow.
sounds sciencey.
Yeah, I'm like, no. So I've just been, yeah, just really looking at everything. And then my mother-in-law broke her pelvic and guess there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
So here you're sitting down there and then we're gonna curl with the ball. So we're gonna curl up 5 times or 2 sets of 5. So we're trying to figure out how to get home health care and
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing. It's just a miserable deal that you can't do much with physical therapy and it sucks.
yeah, and her husband, like my father-in-law, has Alzheimer's, so he can't really
It's not reliable.
know. And it was just like we're trying to, okay, who do we go? How much is it going to cost to have a health? Because she can't wheel around. They're going to let her out in maybe a week or two. But then we're like, whoa, how is she going to get around to cook and all of that stuff?
She was probably taking care of the husband, right? Being the well one at home.
Yeah. Now she's been in the hospital 2 weeks.
And then take it out of your smile.
Yeah. Yeah, 4, and she's like, oh, and I mean, she's 88 years old, and I was like, man, she's like, oh, she had to use the bathroom, and then finally she's like, had to go on her diaper, and they're like, well, sorry, we can't get to you, and they're trying to get to him, but there's
Just everybody else needs help too.
yeah, and it was just like, she doesn't, I mean, very stubborn, but she's like, I'm not getting into a walker. Those are for old people. What are you thinking? Like,
What do you are? What are
yeah, you are old.
Had you been using the walker, you wouldn't have a broken pelvis.
Well, and that's what she tripped and she had bad knees. And we're like, well, that's why you went down to California to get that because here they couldn't qualify because of they're on a fixed income and they had to pay a certain amount. And I was like, they don't have any extra money. And
It's insurance is getting worse.
is it?
Getting more and more people like their hospital stay is denied after the fact.
Oh,
Like the
really?
insurance company decides they didn't need to be in the hospital, and so just put give the whole bill to the patient. It's like $10,000.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm having to go into people's rooms a lot, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not quite feeling well enough to go home." And I was like, "Well, you want to pay $10,000, or do you want to go home?"
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
I got to be honest with people because what I don't like is like them getting a bill in the mail, and all of a sudden, it's gonna be life changing a $10,000 bill to some folks.
Oh, it is, especially with I mean, that's why I want like to learn use my brain a little bit more. On the back end, it's always on the course, and then there's a 90. Well, I'm never giving up what I've done in here because then it turns into a $97 a month membership online, but it's fitness, self-defense, kickboxing. And now we're gonna go with scissors, another one to stretch out, but if this hurts your back, let me know. And what I want you to do is you're gonna go side and side. Oh, there's a crack together. There. And we'll go like 5. If this hurts your back, stop. I knew she was trying to hold your hand there. It's been too long. No, good. Back's okay with that motion? Good. Okay, it's time to start looking for work. You've been home a month now.
I think the people that did my fence are hiring. If he's wanting to do construction
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
can ask them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't like their company name. It's like the all around boys.
All around boys.
It's supposed to be all around, but they do like apostrophe R. So it's
Oh,
all round boys. Which
oh,
I don't like going to the bank and getting a cashier's check for like
yeah. Oh,
$2,000 for my round boys.
yeah, my round boys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a ball. And get the abs. You're gonna go like a plank. And then you're gonna curl it. One. Just come back. 2 sets of 5 reps. That's okay on the shoulders. Ooh. Okay on the wrist. Okay. Yeah, the round boys. Well, there's so many jobs out there that's hiring them, but I was like, maybe you're not gonna start up here. You're gonna start down here. And I was like, you have minimal experience in any of the professions that you're gonna try to go into. Construction, you're not gonna be up there. You're just gonna be the drum boy.
Years at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, and I was like, this is why you have time right now. And I'm like, good thing we're here still, that you can still come back and.
Right, you got the safety net, right?
Yeah, I was like, you got food, you got shelter, you were going in the hole over there, and I was like, that was my biggest thing, is you don't have a steady job, and that's, you don't have nothing to do in there, and now I just went into debt, and I was like, you owe us money, but you need to pay off those other.
You don't charge interest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
I had to tell my stepson, I was like, every year you get older, like the expectation is that you're going to contribute more to the cost of supporting you.
Yeah, that's part of life, everything.
Right, and that's not my house. That's just like
Yeah.
humans.
Yeah, you gotta get, I mean, you started now, and I was like, you look at your friends, so we're gonna go balancing, and we're gonna hold for 1 minute. But you're up balancing with me, holding me, they're really activating these quads, so it's getting. He just should hold you with the drum roll. Well, that's part of life, like everything's on there, and I was like, you know what, I didn't have this, but I had. And I was a living, I'm living proof. You think I wanted to go and work for somebody? You think I wanted to take these damn tests to learn to insurance? You think I want to do something that I can actually use
Yeah.
my brain?
Back
And,
up, right?
yeah, and I want to be something that's going to be sustainable for the next 20 years that I can do that I never thought about that. Because once I started like 48, those injuries really kicked in, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, but it was.
And then wait till 50 hits.
Yeah, I was like, no, and I was like, look, it's hard enough right now to go back, but if you can start now, learning
I mean,
that.
whole world's ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, you have emotions and
I started medical school at 29 years old.
holy moly.
So,
Here you can hold. Yep. The minute starts there, 49. Gotcha. Yep. I got you. Perfect. We're gonna go straight up. Awesome. I want to see the whole lot of shaking and baking going on. Good job. You can use me as opposed to, I have this holding on. Good job, 40 seconds left. Perfect. 30 seconds left. Good job. Kneel upright. And there we go. That's it. Last 20 seconds. Perfect. I want to feel like the massager on the call. Good job, good job. And keep it going. 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Why is that shape?
Well,
Just, well, besides the muscles,
right. So a spasm is like, your body, if you're trying to like make a plan in your brain, like I'm gonna go turn that fan on, right? Your brain will make like 10,000 plans on how to do it, and most of them are dumb. And so the job of your frontal lobe, the processing part of your brain, is to narrow it down like a multiple choice test to the right answer for the most efficient way to go over and do it. Like I'm not going to walk on my hands. I'm not going to, ninja roll.
Gotcha.
Right. And so a tremor happens when your body can't decide on any one plan at any given time. So it's trying to do like three at once. And so your hand like, goes from, and that's like what Parkinson's is and why they tremor, right? Because the brain's getting bad info. And then the messages back to the hands are bad. And so the hands are like, what am I doing? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? Am I doing that? So it just tries to do all of them at once and you end up tremor.
Gotcha. You know what my saying was those muscles were on vacation mode. Now they're working. No. So on this next one, we're gonna go uh 4 hops, but side.
Mhm.
If the lateral is out, we'll stop. But we're gonna go 5. We're gonna go forward, back, side to side. That's 1. Forward, back, side to side. 2. If listen to your ankle and all that, or just going forward, back. Maybe let's do 3. 3 hops. Back. Side, yep. Perfect. 5, 2. Good. 3. Good. So, staying on the balls of your feet. So you're gonna go right, center, left, 30 seconds. So keeping your hips, imagine like you're on the skis, you're going down the moguls. Go to the 30 seconds. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's still have fresh snow up on that. Actually, are the passes still open or no?
I think so.
I didn't believe that. 15 seconds. Sit up, stand up. You'll be all the way. Yeah, so you're deep squat all the way down, roll back, come up, sit up, stand up. 1, coming back. 2, getting 5. The ball still works. It still is inflated. That's 5 here. We can start stretching out. There we go. There we go. We're double with 1. There we go.
Get like a band, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Support it.
Actually, I can bring them out.
And just a little to get me.
Just get
Yeah,
that.
one.
And let go and then I'll grab it. Oh, helping or out of the way. There we go. 3, yeah. Just get my work on it.
Right.
After we broke through one last little core, 5 exercises, 2 sets of 5 each. So we're gonna go. So let's go from in here. What I want you to do is I want you to go 5 going to one side, 5 to the other, 5 bicycles, boom, 5 circle crunches one way, 5 circle crunches the other way. And then that's just repeating that twice. And finally, the pollen, man, this has been so bad, like allergy wise, this season.
That's been worse.
No, yeah. I was trying to figure out what else was that I did.
Worst place I've ever lived for that is Eugene.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because in the spring, often they'll burn the fields outside of town for the agriculture stuff. And that just, for several weeks, it's just the pollen count is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, no. Well, they've been having some controlled burns out here, so hopefully that's keeps it underneath there. And yeah, and the fire mapping of what the things, and I think they re-voted, particularly off of what it was supposed to be. Was nobody, people, it was in homes were insurable that's been around for.
It's been there 50 years, hasn't
Yeah.
burned down yet.
Yeah, it's still there and it's still, which was really, really weird, but it'd be nice to get some good intel in on platforms and just me plugging in into that agency. You know what I mean? Those news. You guys have a baseball practice for your kids or softball?
Wednesday,
Oh, Wednesday.
and then this game Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
And my oldest, he's like, again, he's fast, he's strong, but he's just not coordinated.
Oh,
And so, and he just gets so nervous.
man.
And my middle guy is just, doesn't care at all. He's just smacks the shit out the ball.
Bring it.
And the baby, I think, has be the best athlete out of all of them.
Really?
Just like he already swings the bat like is much more fluidly than the others. Like,
And he's what, 2? 3? Oh, man.
yeah, so he is just like the most gifted of all of them.
Actually,
He's just pretty and smart and athletic.
he's like, I'm not gonna do that one, my big brother, not doing that one. I'm gonna do it my way. No.
Yeah, it's the one that comes easy.
Oh. I think he's the last one, right? Or do you have another one on the way?
Oh no.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
miracles happen, man.
I mean, we wouldn't abort if we got pregnant or anything, but we're not like,
Yeah.
we got a goalie in place.
Yeah, yeah. Like, we're set, man. Yeah.
Well, my wife and I are so fertile that like second we pull the goalie, it's I go. Like if we'd have been Mormon and started at 20, we'd have like a dozen.
Oh, goodness, yeah. I don't know how. Any of that stuff is crazy. It's hard enough just with one, let alone like with work. And a buddy of mine he has 10 kids, but he ended up passing away. And I mean, he almost ran a soap company, but I mean, he was the one that wanted me to open up a gym because he used to train with me. And yeah, we have a big old warehouse and do this. I was like, back then I would have probably considered that more of, but right now it's like, no, because it's the numbers. It's not people aren't going to stay there for years. They are coming in and I look at the fitness and the gyms and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want to go back into that industry unless I do it. Here's my course. Here's a $97 membership and you get everything every month. 10 videos, fitness, kickboxing, and then it's just an accumulation of
Or being there 9 to 5 and every day is.
Yeah, and I was like, I just, yeah, I mean, I love the training and to go out and help, like I could go and run free workshops and all that stuff, and I was like, yep. It's sponsored by Jim Smith with Country Financial, like, I have no problem giving back to the community, but in a different format, you know? Because that's not my sole purpose.
So I feel like, when you're running it like a business, your motivation is different.
Yeah,
Right?
oh, yeah, yeah, I mean, I was, ooh, man, you don't realize how many hours, like, it was in there. I started at 4 a.m., especially in the winter time, if there was snow or no snow, or all the other things behind the